Sharing with you in this video how to become extremely dependable when creating what you want. And so the first thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to actually do this is simply to show up when no one else is willing. If you're willing just to show up when nobody else wants to, you're going to win every single time over the person that doesn't want to do it. If you're just willing to put in that work when everybody else wants to quit, when everybody else wants to leave, you're going to win every single time. What I believe we have to start to realize is that there's always going to be somebody that wants to leave, but then as well, the second thing that I want to share with you in this video as well is that if you don't show up, someone else will. Someone will take that spot. So why not let it be you? Because it's not that to be in a certain position you have to be special. You don't necessarily have to be exceptional. Now, if you want to be exceptional, you can, but oftentimes I've noticed that even just getting a result, even just doing that bare minimum thing that you believe that you have to do can actually get you there if you just do it consistently over a long period of time, much more than most people are willing to do it. And so I'm not saying, not to exceed at what you're doing and to not be exceptional and to not put in that extra level of work. But I'm just saying that at the very, very bare minimum, if you're not willing to show up when nobody else wants to show up, somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else is going to be there. So again, why not let it be you? Why not put yourself in a position where you see that if it can be anybody else, again, why not just take that role? Why not take the initiative and take the courage and take that leap of faith when everybody else, again, because there's a certain moment when something happens and maybe everybody calls it quits, and that's what you call an opportunity, right? And that's a golden moment right there for you to actually take that opportunity. But just remember, if you don't take it, it's sort of like a ticking time bomb in the sense that somebody else will again come along and eventually take that opportunity that maybe you were too scared to take, or maybe you overthought it too much, you were overthinking, or maybe you just decided that it's not for you. But it's at the end of the day though, what I want everybody to realize is that really to create your own luck, one thing to start to do is to see that luckiness is oftentimes just a result of how prepared you are for the opportunities that happen in your life. And then if you're prepared for that opportunity and it comes to you and you take it, you might just get there first before somebody else just because you were willing to do it in that moment. And so I think that we need to remember this and understand that we can actually show up with more willingness when that time comes, when we need it, and we're not going to miss out on that opportunity. And oftentimes, I think that we have to remember that, again, if you don't do it, then shortly after, somebody may just be there to take it, and they may be there to respectfully just take that role, take that opportunity, or whatever the case might be. And then so the last thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to become extremely dependable when creating what you want is to let go of perfectionism. It's just to let go of needing things to be perfect. So again, what I'm going to share with you to conclude and to sort of go back to the point that I shared earlier is that I think that life is ultimately a balance. It's a balance of really, if you want to be successful, I'd say a big portion of it is just simply showing up. You don't necessarily need to excel or put in that extra mile or put in that extra work to get to a certain level. Now, if you want to be exceptional, if you want to be even better, that's up to you. But even that doesn't require perfectionism. So whichever sort of, point of the scale that you're at, whether you're at the very beginning of just wanting to do the bare minimum and just learn the bare essentials of something, or whether you're on the path to mastery and you want to master that thing and become exceptional and become great and really be a professional in a sense in a certain area of your life. Regardless of which one it is, we don't need to be attached to any sort of idea of perfectionism. There's no such thing as anything being perfect. What you want to get to a point to in your life, the point that you want to get to is to start to take radical action consistently and not be attached to the outcome whatsoever, so that then you don't need it to be perfect. If there's no attachment to the outcome combined with a powerful and strong intention towards a certain area, what you become is very, very, very dependable. That's been my experience. You're able to just follow through, because really, like, I don't want to say 90%, but again, a big part of it is just showing up. That's what's going to help you to be successful. It's just showing up consistently, even if you're not the best, even if you're not amazing, even if you're not exceptional, just show up. That could get you to a very, very high level of success, in my personal opinion. Now, if you want to take that extra mile and be even better, that's totally up to you. That will take you to that last portion of success that I think will help you to be great and to be excellent. But a big part of it is just showing up. And again, however far you want to play on this scale, how far you want to go, neither of those are going to be supported with perfectionism, needing things to be perfect. Because if you want to put in that extra mile, you have to put in the extra mile, speed up your pace, take more action, be faster, put in more work, but then you still can't be attached to things being perfect. In fact, in order to take that extra mile, you have to be so detached from the outcome that you're able to just take radical action and do a lot in a short period of time as well. It's about speeding up your pace and being faster. If you're not going to speed up and be faster and put in that extra work, again, somebody else will. Somebody will do it faster than you. So what we have to do is also learn to pick up our pace and be there when we have to be, not when you think you want to be there, or when you feel like being there. Look at certain areas of your life and think, where do you have to be there in order to be called dependable, and then do it. Not what you think you want, but how other people need you to be, or what situations need you to be. You want to think, how can I give value to this situation? How do they need me to be? Not just what I need to be for myself. What do they need from me? And then to do that. That's what's going to help you ultimately to be that dependable person. And then just to do that on a consistent basis over and over and over.